Hey everybody, it's been a little bit since my last video. This one here will show me doing some machine work on the motor, some assembly, pretty much bringing the motor home and getting her in the car. Obviously it's back together and I've been racing it. I got some videos coming up on that. Been a really rainy spring, so I haven't really seen a whole lot of street or track time. But thanks for hanging in there and hope you enjoy this video. Here we are at the machine shop. Probably the first time I've taken you guys here, so hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of how I'm going about putting this thing together. Just prep the block deck surface. Get ready to throw the torque plate on, which is a huge part in making cylinders, straight and good ring seal, and just basically a straight bore is 3 horsepower. So I'm gonna get this thing together and show you how I go about it. Getting the torque plate on, that's a big deal for a lot of race motors. A lot of guys just don't do this step. Alright everybody, I'm going to show you what I was doing. Maybe a lot of you have seen that process before, but jumped in the old Sun in here, freshened up my cylinders, put a nice new surface on there, make a nice fresh seat for the piston rings. So after this, I'll pull this out after it drains a little bit, and then I'm going to get into the spray washer. Clean it up, dry it off, get in the assembly room, and then this part will be ready for assembly. Alright, laid the crank in, went in pretty good, torqued everything down, knocked the freeze out plugs back into this thing. And now moving on to the file fitting of the rings. Probably not going to show you a whole lot of that because that's just boring. This crank is out of a 330 olds. It's been stroked, nitrided. Factory forged steel crank. I've lightened it up, drilled some cross holes through the thing. Not too much available for the Olds motors, but you know, for what I'm doing, I made this work. Alright, just got done file fitting the rings. It's pretty time consuming, so I didn't bore you with it. Takes forever, especially if you don't do it all the time. But so far so good. I'm at my buddy's engine shop. Been working with him for like the last 25 years. Next I'll wash the pistons, start assembling all the rings onto those, and start sliding them into the block. Alright, started popping in some of these pistons. See if I can get the rest of these in. Alright, I just popped in the valves, springs, retainers, keepers. Sorry I didn't show you a whole lot of that, but they all went pretty smooth, and now I'm going to throw them on the motor. Okay, got the heads on, the valve train on, oil pan is on. Now it's time to go and do the intake. A nice solid roller crower, lifters, Harland and Sharp, rockers, all good stuff. Got the intake on, went pretty good. Ports line up real nice. Next I'll put on the water neck and the water lines that go from the front to the back of the manifold. Going home, everybody. Next up, going in the car. Okay, we are home sweet home. I'm going to get this thing unloaded, get it over to the car, and get this guy ready to go back where she belongs. Motor is in and home where it belongs. Now to throw the rest of the stuff on. I just got my new header gaskets, transmission fluid, spark plugs, and everything else. So, time to start cranking on all of that. And I managed to do it without scratching up all the new paint. All right, moving along here. Got my oil lines back in. You guys could notice that funky T down there. I did a little reverse oiling of the front half of the motor. Not a super common thing, but if you saw the way my bearings looked and how my oil pressure is pretty steady, it all worked out in my favor. It really seemed to help this particular build. Transmission lines are in, so onto the radiator, coolant lines, and then probably start getting that transmission in. All right, moving along. All right, got the radiator in, hoses on. It was real quick. It goes in as one unit, fans, shroud. I put it together so it's all just one piece. Plug and play. All quick connectors underneath for the fans. Just a couple hose clamps, and that's pretty much it. Now move on to the headers and all the stuff underneath the car. Fuel system will probably be last. Probably a whole bunch of stuff that I left out. I was just jamming away on the thing, trying to get this thing ready for racing and driving. Overall, came out really nice. All my new frame rails and the way they mounted the motor plate. Got a new crank mandrel. I'll be putting a crankcase evacuation pump on there shortly. Just need a few fittings for that. But she is just about ready to rock and roll. Next is startup. Everything went in real nice. Changed the gauge bezel to black. Added an oil temperature gauge. Used to use a temp gun, but it was a little inconsistent, so we'll see how this works. Well, I think I can comfortably say that she's back together. No leaks. Transmission was fine. Everything was good. Fluid is right where it's supposed to be. Fans come on when they're supposed to. Everything is as it should be. So we are race ready. Yeah, all is good. Down the transmission underneath the car. So probably take it another drive or so around the block a few times. Maybe do a little test hit on the back road. Make sure she's all good. But that is it. I'll wash her up, check the lash, change the oil, and ready to rock and roll. Didn't spend much time talking about one of my recent purchases. We picked up this car trailer, brand new, built for us in Georgia. Pretty good deal if you got the time to drive down and pick it up. But yeah, Outlaw Cargo Trailer Sales. They deal with a bunch of different manufacturers. This one happens to be a Diamond Cargo, and it's made pretty good. I've been up and down it and underneath it and on top of it, so things seems pretty solid. All right, I'll show you what it looks like when she's all washed up.